Okay. Where do I even start in describing this movie? Okay. Imagine like Beauty and the Beast, but instead of being a Disney movie, it's a porno. Alright, welcome to Tate's Take. If you're new here, I promise I don't only review freaky shit. But since you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. Appreciate that. I drop a video every week where I review movies, TV shows, basically let you know if I think it's worth checking out. If you're not new here, welcome back. Let's figure out what the hell Netflix got going on. Okay, so 365 DNI basically translated in English means 365 days. It's a Polish movie that came out in February and recently made its way to the United States by way of Netflix. It's based on an erotic book written by Blanka Lipinska. The movie adaptation here was written and directed by Barbara Bialowas and Tomasz Klimala. There's an 85% chance that there's a 100% chance that I said those names wrong, but onward. The film stars Anna Maria Sieklucka and Michele Morrone. Maybe. Let's get into the plot here, shall we? The movie starts where you see some sort of like mafia activity. There's a dude named Massimo and he's talking to his dad on this nice rooftop. And the dad tells the son the most popular movie line in history. You know what, son? One day, you're gonna have to run the family business. And that's all good, but the son is kind of distracted. He's got these binoculars and he's looking down on the beach and he sees this beautiful woman. The next thing you know, the dad just gets shot by some snipers on like another roof and literally just dies in his son's arms. It's like the first 3 minutes of the movie. The movie cuts to 5 years later and Massimo is now indeed running this Italian mafia. At the same time, 5 years later, that same beautiful woman that he saw with his binoculars, her name's Laura, she's on vacation in Sicily. That's in Italy for those of you counting at home. She's celebrating her birthday with her boyfriend who kinda sucks at being a boyfriend. Coincidentally, on that same birthday trip, Massimo randomly sees her at the airport and follows her to the resort that she's staying at. We find out that Massimo has spent the last 5 years searching the globe for this woman. And this is wild because it's basically like you're riding the train and you see the love of your life. She gets off the train. All of a sudden, 5 years later, you pull up at Wendy's and there she is. Is Wendy's canceled? Anyway, back to Italy. Massimo pulls up on her as soon as she's separated from her friends and kidnaps her. Yup, on her freaking birthday. Massimo now has this girl from Poland all the way in Italy away from all her friends and family, takes away her phone and her laptop and tells her, I'm gonna give you a chance to fall in love with me. What a treat, Massimo. What a freaking treat. He tells Laura that he'll never force himself on her, and if she doesn't fall in love with him in 365 days, he'll set her free. She has a whole year to fall in love with this dude, but in less than 2 months, she's in love, and my TV goes from Netflix to Sexflix. And off we go. We got a movie. So what's my take? You might be wondering how I even found out about this damn movie. Duh, word of mouth. Is that wordplay? Yes. Yes it is. But first things first. This movie was met with a lot of criticism. And not just because it's about an hour and 54 minutes of freaky deaky sex, but because some critics are saying it glorifies Stockholm Syndrome. Dun dun dun. What's Stockholm Syndrome, you might ask? That's John Stockton. Stockholm Syndrome is when, it's like when you fall in love with being kidnapped. No. It's when you are a kidnapper who loves, no. It's because that don't make sense. It's when you got kidnapped, right? You know what? Someone else can explain this.
The robbery that named the condition. Stockholm Syndrome is generally defined as the occurrence where hostages form emotional attachments to their captors and or begin to feel sympathy for them. Criminologist and psychiatrist Nils Bejerot first coined the term Stockholm Syndrome in 1973. That year, 4 people were held hostage during a bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden. Yet, upon being released, the hostages didn't show any anger towards their captor. Instead, they defended him and even refused to testify against him in court. Since then, Stockholm Syndrome has been spotted in various situations. It has been recorded in victims of sexual abuse, human trafficking, discrimination, terror, and political and religious oppression as well.
Okay. okay, you might have some points there. And in this movie, Massimo is a mob boss, so he has a shit ton of money. He can take her shopping and buy her all this fly shit. When she finally admits that she's in love with him, Massimo lets her have her cell phone back, her laptop back, so she lets her best friend pull up, and her best friend's like, girl, you're trapped in a gold cage. You're not really in love. And Laura's trying to convince her best friend that she actually is in love. There's actually FBI evidence that shows only 8% of kidnapping victims show any signs of Stockholm Syndrome, so might not be as prevalent as we think it is, but I didn't say it. It's the fucking FBI. What do you want me to do? These are fucking Wikipedia. I didn't make this up. Let's say we take the controversial nature of the movie away. Is it worth a watch? No, of course not. Not from a storyline or acting standpoint. But if you've been in quarantine for 90 days, 13 hours, and 26 minutes, and you have the desire to see what I imagine is a 2020 version of 50 Shades of Grey, might as well find out what the hype is about. These sex scenes are so damn steamy, there's a good chance that I'm pregnant. You know when you used to watch Skinamax? I mean, I didn't have that channel, but I would imagine thinking, okay, obviously they're not really having sex. When you're watching 365 DNI, like, you know it's not real, but then you be thinking, is that real? Because it be looking real, but it can't be real. Could it be? Who knows what they're allowed to do in Poland? I guess I'm gonna give 365 DNI 2.5 stars. I probably would have given it 2 stars, but it's at least a half a star worth of movie sex in there. Obviously, there's no spoilers here at Tate's Take, but if you do watch this movie, the ending will have you questioning if there's room for a sequel. There's been no news of another 365 DNI movie, but don't worry. This book actually is a trilogy, and the second book came out in 2018. And with this movie doing so well in Poland, and now killing it in the United States on Netflix, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the last of Massimo's butt. As always, thanks for checking out Tate's Take. Who knew that I had so much range that I could also do softcore porn reviews? What a time. If you're feeling the video, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. I'm dropping videos every week. You never know what you're gonna get. If you've seen this movie, let me know in the comments if you want to see a sequel. If you haven't seen this movie, let me know in the comments if you plan to see this movie. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.